Guys, do not forget to hit that subscribe button for Raw Boxing Opinions. You know, guys, I don't know who's going to be the guy to beat Anthony Joshua. I don't know if Anthony Joshua will ever become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And I do not know how long Anthony Joshua's career will last. I don't know how long his title reign will last. I don't know if he's going to be the next Vladimir Klitschko. You know, I don't know if he's going to go on a 10-year reign as champion. But what I do know is this. What I do know is Anthony Joshua has 22 professional fights. What I do know is in those 22 professional fights, he has fought guys like Vladimir Klitschko. He has fought guys like Dillian Whyte. He has fought guys like Joseph Parker. He has fought guys like Carlos Takam. He has fought guys like Dominic Breazeale. What I do know is in those 22 fights, he has unified. And he is the WBO, WBA, IBF heavyweight champion of the world. That's what I know. I know that in his short career as a heavyweight, he was willing to unify. He was willing to fight other champions to try and take their belts. I like what I'm seeing with Anthony Joshua's current resume. I don't know his future. I don't know if he's going to go on to be a long-reigning champion. He might not. He might lose in his next fight. You know, he might come back and then fight for another, against another champion and beat him. But what I know is right now, when I'm looking at his legacy, right now, with his 22 fights, I like his resume. I like his resume. When I see the fact that he fought undefeated Dominic Breazeale, when I see the fact that he fought undefeated Joseph Parker, when I see the fact that he fought undefeated Dillian Whyte, those are good 3 names to have in your resume. Dominic Breazeale was undefeated. He was in his prime. And he's a guy who has tremendous heart. That's a good name to have in your resume, Dominic Breazeale. Joseph Parker was in his prime and he was undefeated when he fought Anthony Joshua. That's a good name to have. And he was the WBO heavyweight champion of the world. That's a good name to have in your resume. Dillian Whyte was undefeated and he was in his prime since when he fought Anthony Joshua. And look at what he's gone on to do since then. That's a good win in your resume. And having Vladimir Klitschko in your resume is a great win because he was a former long-reigning champion. I like his legacy. I like his resume, how it looks right now. I'm impressed by his resume right now. As a boxer fan, I'm impressed by it. Alright? So right now, I like his legacy. And this is 22 fights into his career. And he's only 29. Which means he's probably going to fight for another 10 years. Right? He'll probably retire by the year 2028. Right? It's 2018, which means... yeah, because by then he'll be, 39? Again, he might not. But let's say he does. For the sake of this video, let's say he does retire in 10 years' time by 2028 when he's 39, right? Which is a great time to retire, right? Because I think that's the best time to retire if you're a fighter, by 39, before you're 40. Let's say he retires then. Now, obviously, if let's say no one ever beats him, and let's say he goes on to, beat Wilder. Let's say he beats Deontay Wilder. He becomes undisputed heavyweight champion. And then let's say he keeps defending his belt year after year, year after year. And then by 2028, he's still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And let's just say he's had 15 title defenses by then, right? And then he retires with a record of 38, 39-0, and then retires like that. That's obviously would look really good, right? That's a great legacy right there. But let's say that doesn't happen. Let's say Joshua keeps fighting. Let's say he beats Wilder. Let's say he fights Wilder. He beats him. He becomes undisputed. And then years pass and he defends his belts for a couple of years. But then, like, say in the year, I don't know, 2022, he fights this guy, some heavyweight, some young heavyweight, undefeated guy. And let's say he loses against that guy. Now he's no longer a champion. What do great champions do? They come back. And then they beat the guy, or they fight another guy for another chance. Look at Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield, look at how many times he won the heavyweight championship of the world, right? So we don't know. Maybe he does that. Maybe he loses, but then he comes back and he fights that guy in a rematch the way Evander Holyfield fought Riddick Bowe, and then he beats that guy and becomes champion. Again, I don't know what's going to happen in Anthony Joshua's career. I'm not psychic. But if you look at if you look at like right now, Anthony Joshua is in basically the let's say it was like 1989 for someone like Evander Holyfield. You know, when you look at Evander Holyfield, he was challenging himself early in his career. Way before he became the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Way before he fought Lennox Lewis. Way before he fought Mike Tyson. He had unified all the belts at cruiserweight. Right back in 1988, he had unified all the belts at cruiserweight. So even back in 1988, you already saw the greatness in Evander Holyfield. You saw that he was willing to fight all the other champions. You saw that he had become the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. And look what happened throughout his career. He went on to become the undisputed, obviously, heavyweight champion. He went on to have a couple of losses. He bounced back, revenged some of his losses. He ended up, a lot of people thought he was going to lose to Mike Tyson because they expected Mike Tyson to take over the heavyweight division again. He ended up upsetting Mike Tyson. He fights Lennox Lewis. He ends up winning the heavyweight crown again against John Ruiz. Right? A lot of great fights, a lot of great things happened in Evander Holyfield's career. You know, after he became the unified champion at cruiserweight, right? The undisputed champion at cruiserweight. So let's just say, like right now, Anthony Joshua is where Evander Holyfield was in 1989. He's like in that stage in his career right now. You could already see that Anthony Joshua is willing to do great things, right? He's unifying, right? He's fighting these guys that are young, undefeated. He's not fighting over the hill dudes like some champions I know, you know? And let's not bring up Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko was an all-time great. And like I said, I already mentioned all the young guys that he fought. And who knows? Let's see what happens in their career. Maybe, you know, as the time goes on, that's also what we're going to look at. We're going to look at what happens to Dillian White's career, what happens to Dominic Breazeale's career, what happens to Joseph Parker's career. If they become champions, that's going to make Joshua look even better. Again, I don't know what happens in his career. I don't know how his career pans out. I can't tell you that. But what I could tell you is I think he has the ability to be great. Because he's already shown that. He's already shown that he's willing to take risks. He's already shown that he's willing to, you know, fight the best of the best. He's already shown these things. So whatever happens in Anthony Joshua's career, we're going to have to wait and see in the future. But I'm talking about his current career right now. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I am happy with what I am seeing. I can't say the same for someone like Wilder. I wish I could, but I can't. But I am more proud of someone like Joshua than I am someone of Wilder, basically. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. If you watched the video from start to finish, as always, much appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe if this is the first time you're watching this channel, man. I do appreciate it. And to all my subscribers, I do appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for liking my videos. You know, I say I get a lot. I'm starting to get a lot of likes on my videos. So thank you. I do appreciate that to my subscribers. Thank you for taking the time to leave a comment and subscribe. And to leave a thumbs up, man. I do appreciate it. Even if you don't leave a thumbs up, or if you don't, you know, subscribe or leave a comment. Thanks for watching, man. I do appreciate it. Anyway, guys, that's all.